Hi, my name is Rob O'Brien. I serve as Mayor of Joplin, and this is your monthly community update. Before we get started, I encourage you to subscribe to The Citizen, our monthly email newsletter. Just scan the QR code on your screen or follow the link in the description. It's one of the best ways to stay informed about city projects, community events, and the decisions shaping Joplin's future. This month, I want to talk about something that affects every resident, whether you've lived here your entire life or just recently made Joplin your home: economic development. Recently, new population estimates show Joplin continues to grow. In fact, our city has now moved up another spot among Missouri's largest cities. At nearly 54,000 residents, Joplin is now the 12th largest city in Missouri. We have surpassed Florissant. We've seen 4% average growth from 2020 to 2025 and slightly slower growth, around 2%, the last year. This is still a positive trend compared to many Missouri cities which have seen population declines over the same period of time. Population growth doesn't always translate into job growth, but in Joplin, not only is unemployment low, but our metropolitan statistical area has the second highest job growth in Missouri, following only Columbia. In fact, we rank as the 19th best metro area for job growth in the nation for the first quarter of 2026. More people are choosing to live, work, and invest here. That's good news. It's confirmation that the work Joplin has been doing towards economic development is yielding results. Economic development is about creating opportunity. The opportunity to pursue a career you're passionate about, to earn a wage that supports your desired lifestyle, and opportunities to enjoy community services and amenities that make life better. And in Joplin, these opportunities have never been better. The city has experienced a bit of a boom since 2020, and it didn't happen by accident. There are so many investments that created this moment, many of which happened some time ago. For example, when I was head of the Joplin Chamber, we created the Joseph Newman Innovation Center to help spur entrepreneurs and small businesses. Now turning 20 this year, the Joe was named for Joe Newman, whom many called the godfather of Joplin's economic development efforts. Relatively newer investments, like the new Kansas City University Medical and Dental Colleges and the new Health Innovation Center at Missouri Southern State University, are setting the stage for stronger health care and more jobs for our city and region. And many pillars in our business community, like Eagle Pitcher, Jasper Products, Tamco, Freeman, and Mercy, continue to grow. That investment hasn't stopped. In fact, it's grown stronger. Additions like 32nd Street Place, Momentum Bike Park, and the soon-to-start Prospect Village will contribute both quality of life and job opportunities to the next chapter of our thriving region. Joplin has grown because leaders and citizens like you made intentional decisions years before the benefits become visible. If we simply wait for developers or employers to show up on our doorstep with the perfect project, we risk missing opportunities that could strengthen our economy and improve quality of life for generations to come. One of those intentional decisions is the recent City Council approval to contract with Place Foundry to evaluate redevelopment opportunities around North Park Mall, the Missouri Southern State University campus, and the surrounding commercial corridors. Their work will help identify strategies for attracting investment, encouraging redevelopment, and creating new places for people to live, work, shop, and gather. This is not about creating a plan that will still sit on a shelf. It's about understanding our assets, engaging property owners and stakeholders, and positioning Joplin to compete for future opportunities. Place Foundry has worked with communities across the country to help unlock redevelopment potential, and we believe their expertise can help us think strategically about the next chapter for these important areas of our city. Economic development also requires keeping our promises. Years ago, the city partnered with the private sector to make the 1717 Marketplace development possible through tax increment financing and a transportation development district that funded critical infrastructure improvements. Those tools were designed to be temporary investments that would help transform underutilized property into a thriving commercial destination, which now features academy sports and other retail businesses. Today, we're seeing that promise fulfilled. The TIF obligations have now been satisfied, and the Transportation Development District is also approaching closure ahead of schedule. That means the temporary financing mechanisms have done exactly what they were intended to do, and the tax revenue generated by this successful development can now flow more directly to the city and other local taxing districts, such as the Joplin School District. It's a reminder that strategic use of incentives, when carefully structured and responsibly managed, can create long-term benefits for our entire community. This is why the city has recently used similar incentives to get the 32nd Street Place and Prospect Village projects rolling, unlocking underused land for redevelopment into new centers of entertainment, commerce, and apartments. The growth we'll see from these projects isn't limited to the construction, but also includes an increased tax base for funding the services our community relies on once the necessary infrastructure improvements have been paid for. I also want to address a topic that many residents have asked about: data centers. We've heard concerns from citizens about the potential impacts these facilities may have, and those deserve thoughtful consideration. At the same time, it's important to understand that local government must apply laws and regulations fairly. We cannot simply prohibit or deny an otherwise lawful project because of the type of business involved or because it is unpopular. Property owners and businesses applying for construction permits are entitled to due processes under the law, and projects which meet adopted zoning, building code requirements, and other applicable regulations must be evaluated through that legal framework. However, that doesn't mean the city is passive about large industrial projects, which could bring a mix of both desired and undesired impacts to our community. Our staff continues to review our development regulations and prepare potential updates for the City Council's consideration, which could establish additional standards designed to protect neighboring properties and address community concerns. Potential changes to city building codes, which would apply specifically to data centers, will be considered by the Council in an upcoming meeting. Those discussions are part of responsible planning, ensuring that as new industries emerge, Joplin has policies in place that reflect our community's values while remaining legally sound. Ultimately, economic development is about choices. It's about preparing sites before employers arrive, investing in infrastructure before it becomes a crisis, and planning for tomorrow instead of reacting to it after the fact. In short, economic development improves the well-being and quality of life for residents. The Council remains committed to responsible growth, fiscal stewardship, transparency, and protecting the quality of life that makes Joplin such a special place to call home. By planning ahead and working together, we can create opportunities that benefit current residents while leaving an even stronger community for the next generation. Thank you for staying informed and engaged in your local government. If you appreciate these monthly updates, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow the city on Facebook and LinkedIn, and be sure to sign up for the Citizen newsletter so you never miss important news and opportunities to get involved. We'll see you next month.